So this is the glorious Model D wireless, which I got just about 2 weeks ago, and today I'm gonna be doing a review on it. I'm gonna be judging this mouse by its shape, build quality, sensor, which clicking methods are possible with this mouse, and lastly, the overall use for Minecraft. I will also share my overall thoughts and if this mouse is worth it or not, so make sure to watch till the end of the video. To start off, I'm gonna judge the shape of the mouse. Right off the bat, when you look at the mouse, you probably notice that it is not a normal shaped mouse like the glorious Model O. This mouse is an ergonomic shaped mouse. That basically means that this mouse is mainly meant to be used in the right hand. Sadly, I wasn't able to find any left-handed versions of this mouse, which means that this mouse would not be ideal for left-hand users. As you can see, this mouse is slightly higher on the left side, which not only means that it's gonna fill up your hand very easily, but also the side buttons are way better positioned than on the Model O wired. The only problem I found with this mouse's shape is the DPI button. For me, it's just very awkwardly positioned, and when I butterfly click, I sometimes click the DPI button, and you probably know what follows that. No. Okay, but enough of that, let's take a look at the build quality of the Model D wireless. The first thing I noticed on this mouse was that the build quality is so much better than on the Model O wired. I'm gonna show you a quick comparison of these two mice in terms of build quality. As you saw, the Model O wired is a lot worse than Model D wireless in this segment. You maybe even noticed some squeaking on the Model O, and yeah, that may be because I have used this mouse for over a year now, and when I look back in time, I think that is the reason. My mouse is always in the search of adventure, and with adventure comes danger. But we weren't always this lucky. If you have ever used the Model O in the past, then the build quality of this mouse is gonna shock you, especially if you are like me. Anyway, let's take a look at something I probably didn't break, and that being the sensor. The most essential part for FPS games, except for the mouse to be actually able to click. Honestly, I don't really play any FPS games, and if you are considering to buy this mouse for FPS games, I'm not the right person to give you advice. I play Minecraft, which is not a game where you need to aim as good as this guy. If you are lazy and you don't want to move your hand too much, then don't worry because you can turn the DPI up to 19,000 DPI. The sensor of this mouse also provides 1000 Hz polling rate and 400 IPS tracking speed. The switches on this mouse are button switches made by Kayla. You might think that this is not as important information because glorious mice always have good switches, right? Well, no. On my Model O, I had Omron switches and at the start, they were good, but after some good old drag clicking use, the mouse started to go like crazy. I mean, not that crazy, but I was still able to get like 20 CPS using just normal click. The glorious mice always come with the option to use their own software where you can basically play with the debounce time, lightning, and a lot more. You can adjust the debounce time of the mouse reaching anywhere from 0 ms up to 16 ms. Now you probably already heard of what debounce time is and what it does. But just in case you didn't, I'm gonna quickly explain what does it change. So basically, the lower the debounce time is, the higher CPS you get. Now if you jitter or normal click, then this is not gonna affect you as much, but if you butterfly click or drag click, then just let's say that this is gonna affect you a lot. The debounce time is pretty self-explanatory because the title says it all. Debounce time is the time your mouse takes to get back to normal position after you click. You probably won't be able to see the difference in the time it takes to bounce back between 0 ms and 16 ms, but you will definitely see the difference in CPS. As you can see, the biggest difference is when it comes to drag clicking and butterfly clicking, because both of these clicking methods are based on using double clicking. I'm not gonna explain how that works, but here's a link to a video that does. Now for jerk clicking and normal clicking, there is not that much of a difference, but it still is noticeable. So in conclusion, this mouse is basically able to do any clicking method, but I don't think it's the best for jerk clicking, according to what I've heard from other people. And finally, is this mouse actually worth it? Well, yes, but not if you are on a lower budget, because at least for me, this mouse is not the cheapest, and from what I've heard, the pulsefire haste is also a good option. I can't confirm it, but I'm gonna get my friend Pierre to convince you.
Alright, take 9,842. Hey, I'm POggers Studios, and I'm going to be breaking down my only slightly biased opinion on the HyperX pulsefire haste gaming mouse. The haste is easily an S-tier mouse, with its ability to butterfly click 20 CPS, jitter click 12, and I found myself being able to drag click a max of 27, maybe 8 CPS. So god bridging with this mouse is easy. Though I do personally feel like the buttons could be a little bit more clickier, for lack of a better word. Though this mouse can still double click and triple click very easily because of its debounce time being preset to pretty low. Sadly, you can't adjust this debounce time, though I have never found myself needing to. The haste is also very light, clocking in at 59 grams. It probably lost weight on the fact that there is hardly any RGB on this mouse, only a bit on the scroll wheel. Also, the pulsefire haste comes with included grip tape, which is freaking amazing and makes my life 110% easier. The last thing I want to talk about is the incredible cable of the pulsefire haste. I never noticed this cable. It moves so well across my desk that if you were blindfolded, you couldn't even tell it was wired at all. Alright, now back to you.
So after Pierre's wonderful speech about the pulsefire haste, it all comes down to your budget and personal preference. I hope this helped, and if it did, then don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and also subscribe to Pierre. Bye!